Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudoku and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a classic Sudoku on our channel. Now this Sudoku has been constructed by Bondi and it has received a really good rating. So I thought of covering a video on our channel, and the feedback about this Sudoku was really good. There are some advanced logics that are used in this Sudoku. So let us see if we are able to crack this Sudoku or not. And I really thank the author for giving us an opportunity to cover a video on our channel. So before going to the Sudoku, I would really recommend you to check out to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Do look at the playlist in the channel. There are puzzle Sudoku playlist over there, and if you are really interested in puzzles, you can have a look at all the puzzle types that we have covered with the basics of all the puzzle types, all the puzzle genres. And for the Sudokus, we have even playlist for classic Sudokus separately and variants as well. So I really would appreciate if you could check out to the channel and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. It will really motivate us to cover videos on daily basis. And if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, do let us know in the comment below and we'll surely make a video on it. And now coming on to this Sudoku, so usually classic Sudoku rules apply. You have to have digits from 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and 3 into 3 box without repetition. And with that, we'll start solving this Sudoku. So let's see where we start this Sudoku from. So you have a 9 here and a 9 here. That gives you a 9 here in this cell. 9 here in one of these two cells. So corner pencil mark of 9. Same way 9 here in these three cells. And okay, you have a 6 in one of these two cells. 7 would have to be here in this box. So that gives you a 7 here. So you have a 6-7 pair here, but that gives you a 7 here and a 6 here, right? That's right. You have an 8 and 8 here, so that gives you an 8 here, and that indeed gives you an 8 here. So seems to be a good easy start here, and this 7 and 7 would give you a 7 here. So I think so we have placed all the 7s. Yeah, so let's see if we have placed all the 8s here in this grid. 8 would have to be in one of these two cells. So that gives you 8 in these two cells. So this cell would have to be 8, and that indeed gives you 8 here in this box. That gives you 8 here, and that literally gives you an 8 here, right? So we have placed all the 8s as well. Good easy start actually. Let's see where we are able to see the advanced logic here. So 1 would have to be in one of these two cells. Corner pencil mark of 1. 6 would have to be in one of these two cells. Nice. Okay, a 9 cannot be here, 9 cannot be here, so 9 would have to be in one of these two cells. That indeed gives you a 9 in one of these two cells. Okay, so 1, 3 and 4, right? So we can write the center pencil marks of 1, 3, 4 here. The remaining digits here, 1, 3, 4 as well. Same 1, 3, 4 would have to be in one of these three cells. So this is 1, 4, 1, 3, 4 and 1, 3, 4. So usually when you are stuck at some point, try to just look out for possibilities within a cell. So if you have not more than 2 or 3 possibilities within a cell, I would recommend you to mark those, because those will surely give you, those candidates or those possibilities will surely give you the next progress. So as I am doing here in this case, so as you can see 6 here, I will give you 6 in one of these three cells. So this cannot be a 6, and indeed this will be a 6. So that gives you a 4 and 9 here, right? So that gives you a 4 and 9 here. That eliminates 4 from this cell. So 1 and 3, that gives you a 5 here, right? So that indeed gives you a 5 here. That's nice. That gives you a 5 in one of these two cells. So this 1, 3 will give you a 4 here, and that eliminates 4 from this cell as well. And 1, 3, 9, right? So 1 and 3 and 9. Okay. Okay, so 8, 7, 6, 6 would have to be in one of these two cells. So this cell would have to be a 6. That gives you a 6 here. So 9 and 1, 2, 5, right? So 1 2 5 and 9. Okay, I could have written the 1 2 5 and 9, the center pencil marks here, and that doesn't give you a 9 here. Okay, let us see this box. So 2 3 4 and 5 cannot be here. 2 3 4 and 2 3 4 5, which will not have a 4 here. Okay, so 5 cannot be here as well. No, so 5. Okay, so this is possible, this is still possible. So you have a 6 here, and a 6 here will give you a 6 in this cell. That directly gives you a 6 here, and 2 4 and 3, and you need 2 3 4 here. So this would be 2, that eliminates 2 from this cell, and this would be 3 and 4, that eliminates 2 from this cell as well. So this is 1 and 5. Okay, and you won't have a 4 here, so 4 would have to be in one of these two cells. This would have to be 3 5 and 2 3 4, right? 2 3 2 3 and 4. Okay, this cannot be 4 as well, so this would have to be a 4. There is only one place for 4 in this box, so this is a 4. That gives you a 3 here, a 1 here, and a 3 here. Right now we have not come across any of the advanced logics here, but I'm sure this Sudoku is by Bondi, and his Sudokus are really very good, because I have solved his Sudokus past and a few on our channel too. So I am 100% sure this would have some logic that might be really difficult to see. And much of the grid is already much of the numbers are already placed in the grid. There are only a few numbers left. So 2 3 9, so this would have to be 2 3 9, and this cannot be a 3, and 1 2 3 9 5. Okay, so 5 would have to be here. So 1 2 3 and 9, right? This would have to be 1 2 3 9, and 9 would have to be in one of these two cells, so this cannot be a 9. Okay, and let us see what we get here. 1 5 2 and 3, right? So 2 cannot be here. 2 would have to be in one of these two cells. That actually gives you a 2 in one of these 3 cells, because of this box. You have a 2 here, so 2 will have to be in one of these 3 cells. So 2 cannot be here, 2 cannot be here, 2 would have to be here. So 1 3 4 and 9. 4 is already here, which means this would have to be 9. That would have actually been easy for us to see. So this cannot be a 9 now, and this would have to be 1 and 3. Okay, and this would have to be 1 3 and 5. Again, this would have to be 1 3 5, 1 3 and 5. Okay, now only a few cells, 4 cells left to write all the possible candidates. Let's see. 1 2 4, right? 4 cannot be here. 1 2 1 2 4, and 1 2 4 5 9, 2 4 5 9. Okay, 4 2 5 and 9, 4 2 and 9. Okay, so we have written all the candidates here. Oh, this cannot be a 5 because of the 5 here, and actually that gives you 5 in one of these two cells. Okay, so this is fine. So let us see if we are able to crack the Sudoku here by some advanced logic here. Is there a Y-wing here? 2 3 2 4, and we need a 3 and 4. No, I don't see anything. 1 2 2 4 and 1 4. So usually I look out for Y-wing in such cases, right? Because there are many cells with only 2 possible candidates, right? So that is the way you have to look out for possible techniques. So when you know that there are only 2 possible candidates in each cell, the most important logic that you can look out for is Y-wing or xyz wing, or something extension of xy wxyz wing, because those all techniques need only 2 candidates in each cell. And something like this, right? 1 3 1 5, then from here it would have to be 2 3, so 1 2. So if you had 1 2 somewhere here, so for example you have 2 3 1 3 1 5 and 1 2. So somewhere if you had a 1 2 here or here, I would be able to eliminate 2 from if you had a 2 1 2 somewhere here, I would be able to eliminate 2 from the common both of these two cells, common cells of both of these two. So that is how you actually have to look out for techniques here. Oh, I see an X-wing. That's nice, guys. That was easy to look out for actually. 3. I see an X-wing of 3 in these 2 columns. That's nice. That's actually nice. So in this column you have only 3 to be placed in these 2 cells, right? So you have to look out for columns now. So in these 2 columns you have 3 to be placed in these 2 cells, and in column 4 as well you have 3 to be placed in these 2 cells, right? So you have you already have logged 3s in one of these 2 cells and one of these 2 cells. So for example, if you have a 3 in this column, in column 4 you have 3 here, then in column 9 you will have 3 here. Same way, if in column 4 you have 3 here, in column 9 you will have 3 here. So whatever you do, this 2 rows will have to have 3 in one of these red cells. That's a really excellent logic here with the X-wing. So that is how the X-wing works. X-wing is nothing but you'll have to look out for any 2 rows or columns having only 2 possible places for a value, a digit, that is 3 in this case, that actually matches the same rows, right? So I have 2 columns here, column 9 and column 4, having 3 to be placed in rows 1 and rows 7. If you have such cases, all the other possible places for 3 has to be removed from this row. So either you'll have 3 here or here, and you have 3 here or here, which means all the other places for 3 has to be removed from these cells. That's nice. So we got something here. Let's see if we are able to get something from this. 1 2 2 9 and 1 9. No. So you have 1 2 1 4 and you need a 2 4. You have a 2 4 9 here, you have a 2 4 1 here. Something should be done. I'm not sure what is the logic that we are missing here. Okay, so wow, I see something, guys. This is the second time I am seeing a W wing in my life, because W wing is really rare to be seen, and I have solved only a few, I mean to say only one puzzle earlier that has a W wing, and this particular puzzle has a W wing. Wow, that is really one of my favorite logics. Excellent logic, guys. So I can see that this is actually a W wing. This is actually a W wing. So in this column you have 2 placed in these 2 cells only. There are only 2 places for the 2 to be placed in these in this column, right? And if you see these 2 cells, these 2 cells are exactly matching those 2 possible places for the 2 in those rows, right? So for example, in this column you have 2s to be placed in row 2 and row 5, but you have a 2 9 2 9 possibility with the exact same rows, row 2 and row 5. So which means that these 2 cells having a common cell with a value of 9 can be eliminated. So this cell will never have a 9. That is excellent. That is literally excellent, because the moment you have a 9 here, let me mark and show you this. So the moment you have a 9 here, this becomes 2, this becomes 2, and this column doesn't have anything to be placed. I mean to say, this column won't have a 2 to be placed. You have only 2 places for the 2 to be placed in this column, and both of these places are taken away by these 2 2s. Excellent logic. This is what is a W wing. One of my favorite logics, guys. One of my favorite logics. So if you have such cases where you have two possibly I mean to say two possibilities for a value 2 in the same column or row, and then you have different 2929 or maybe any other possible candidates, then the common value from the mutual cell can be taken off. That's excellent. So if you have a 9 here, you'll have a 2 here and here as well. That will eliminate 2 from both of these cells. So you cannot have a 9 here. I am 100% sure this is what should be the intended solve path, because I wasn't able to find anything. Sorry, I went a step behind and eliminated. I need to eliminate the 3 as well, because yeah. So now I am able to see something is we needed a 1 2 1 4 and 2 4, and we have got a 2 4 now. Wow, I am 100% sure this has to be the intended solve path, because I am not able to see any other logic. I am unable to see any other logic, but this is one of the excellent logics. If it isn't an intended solve path, I am still happy with finding this logic actually, because that has given us an y wing, and you have 1 2 1 4 and 2 4. So y wing works is, I already said you have to look out for the possible candidates, two possible candidates in each cell, and the arrangement will have to be something like AB, BC and AC, right? So you have an AB here, and one of the values of A goes to the other value AC, and one of the values of both the common cells will go to this cell BC. Now removing the common value, other two candidates will have to go into this cell BC. So AC, AB and BC. And how this work is, you have to take two extreme cells, or the cells which are not seeing each other. So these two cells are not seeing each other, and the common value between these two cells, so the common value is 2 here. So the common value between these two cells can be taken off from the cells which are mutually seeing both of these cells, right? Which are simultaneously seeing both of these cells. So the cells which are simultaneously seeing both of these cells are this and this, right? Which means the common value of 2 can be taken from both of these cells. So what happens if you have a 2 here? Let me show you what happens if you have a 2 here. The moment you have a 2 here, this would be 1, this would be 4, and this would be nothing. Excellent. So which means that the common value between these two cells will be taken off from the cells that are seeing both of these cells simultaneously. So you cannot have a 2 here and here, and which means that now that gives us a 100% solving path. So this has to be a 9 now. That gives you a 9 here. Okay, that gives you a 9 here. This has to solve this Sudoku. I am 100% sure this would be the logical solve path, or this has to be the one which will solve the Sudoku, right? So cannot be 5 as well. Or am I missing anything else? Because I don't feel there has to be anything more than this. You have a 1 5 1 5. Okay, do you have a y x wing? No. This is going somewhere, guys. This is really a excellent Sudoku, because so less digits to be filled, I mean to say, so minimum number of cells to be filled, and we are getting so many logics here, advanced logics. We got x wing, we got a w wing, we got a y wing as well. Wow, seriously wow. And I think so we have got another y wing. We have already looked out for this, but we didn't have a 1 4 here. So 1 2 1 4 and 2 4. Wow, same logic, same again and again we are getting this logic, guys, again and again. And which means that you can eliminate 2 from this cell. So the same logic, AB, AC and BC, and the cells which are not seeing each other, there is a common digit called 2 here. That the common digit here between these two cells is 2, and 2 can be eliminated from the cells which are simultaneously seeing both of these extreme cells, which is this cell. So if you have a 2 here, again let me show you what happens this. So if you have a 2 here, this becomes 1, this becomes 4, and that gives you nothing here. Wow, seriously wow. So which means that 2 can be eliminated from this cell. So I think so this should be done now. 1 5 3 5 1 3. That gives you a 5. Okay, so that gives you a 2 5 1 2 4 1 4 and 2. That gives you a 1 2 3 and 4. And with that we complete this excellent Sudoku. I am 100% sure this was the intended solve path, because I couldn't see anything else, and I'm really lucky to solve this Sudoku. It was an excellent Sudoku. So why I really love these kind of Sudokus is because you don't have very big long chains or alternating chains, and I don't know what all they call them. So that is what ruins the solve path of the Sudoku. But this Sudoku actually this Sudoku having so many, I mean to say, we have already filled so many digits and there are only few digits pending, and then you get some advanced logic which is really easy to see. That will surely give you an aha moment. That will actually boost your confidence in solving such tough Sudokus. So that is why I really love such kind of Sudokus, where you have particular logic that is really easy to find, but not that you have to go for chains and some really very long chains. That is, I'm not fond of those logics. But this was an excellent Sudoku. So I really thank the author for giving us an opportunity and letting me solve this Sudoku. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.